Hello everyone, Giltar here with part 2 of my review of the 1:144 scale high-grade Universal Sentry AMS-129 Geara Zulu model kit. Now before I go any further into my review, I want to state that I'm going to be posting, or rather putting up some links here to Strike 03X's videos, 3 videos in particular. One is his review of the Geara Zulu model kit. The reason why I want to put it up is that I enjoyed his review that he put up a little while ago, and I think the Geara Zulu model kit isn't getting a lot of attention here at YouTube, so I just want to spread the word about this particular product. So yeah, please watch Strike 03X's review. Also, he has 2 videos on a sort of work in progress customization project of his, where he added extra details to the Geara Zulu by using parts of plow plate and give it his own custom paint job. Excellent work. His work made the good looking model kit look even better. So please check out those videos. Now getting on with part 2 of my review, first of all I'm going to point out this is the high-grade Universal Sentry 1:144 scale MS-06 Zaku 2 model, and the reason why I'm putting it here is just because the Geara Zulu is essentially the current generation of, I guess, the Zaku family of designs. I mean, it was preceded by the Geara Doga, which was preceded by other, sort of Zaku family mobile suits, and I just wanted to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of these 2 designs. I'm a big fan of the Zaku family of mobile suits, and the Geara Zulu definitely pleases me on a visual level. So moving on to the pros and cons of this model kit, I'm going to start off with the cons, which I have 2, but they're somewhat conditional. First of all, I'll move the model back here, is that you do have a lot of detailing to do, a lot of touching up to do in order to make the model kit accurate to the source material. You've got a whole bunch of white stickers for trim and other parts of the model kit, and some pink stickers for the mono eye and the sights of the beam machine gun. There's a rectangular spot there and a circular spot for the Sturmfaust. So yeah, there's a lot of extra little things you have to add on to make this model kit more accurate. And the reason why I say that's a conditional con is that some people don't mind it. I mean, some people do get into Gundam model kits with the intention of doing a lot of customization work. So they're not going to mind putting stickers, or they're not going to mind painting the model kit. But for other people who are more maybe casual modelers, you're not going to like all the stickers you have to put on. So keep that in mind if you intend to buy this model kit. Be prepared to do extra, detailing work. And here's just a photo from the front cover of the manual, just to give you guys an idea of where a lot of these stickers go on. A lot of the circular white stickers, the white trim, mono eye, sight for the beam machine gun, and so on and so forth. So just, again, be aware of that requirement if you do pick up this model kit. The second con is the sort of relatively high price. This is an 1,800 yen model, which is about $19 to $20 American. It's not, extremely expensive, but when you take a look at the, sort of situation of high-grade kits in general, previously, for a good few years, the average price of a high-grade model kit was, between 1,000 and maybe 1,500 yen, with a few exceptions in between, with larger, more sort of elaborate model kits in the high-grade line, which, could run up to even, 3,000 yen almost. But those were the exceptions. However, it seems like Bandai, with their latest wave of high-grade model kits within the last couple of years, they've been steadily and consistently bumping up the price, so that now really the average price of a high-grade kit is between 1,500 yen and maybe 1,800 or 1,900 yen. So it's a few dollars extra for the average. That's something to consider as well. If you're somebody who's more used to the sort of older price range of high-grade kits, the 1,800 yen price point may be a little sort of a bit of a sore point for you. So keep that in mind as well. Now personally, I don't think it's that expensive for what you get. I do believe the 1,800 yen is well worth what you get in this product, but that's my personal opinion, and I wanted to put out that con because this is a review that should be a little less subjective and more objective. And so that is a consideration. And the thing is, I tend to do my reviews with the goal of trying to have a more objective view for people, to educate them on these products so that they can make a more solid decision on whether or not to buy a product. So again, that's why sort of I say that it's not a personal con, but it is a con of the price point to let you all know about. So with that being said, I'll get into the pros now. And there are a few. First of all, I like the array of accessories that you get. You have a beam machine gun, some extra ammo clips on the front for purely visual purposes, a Sturmfaust sort of grenade rocket launcher device, 2 hand grenades, and a beam hawk. Now, the reason why I like these accessories is that they look very utilitarian and practical. The Geara Zulu can load up for battle with all of its accessories and not look ridiculous. The Astraea Type F model kit that I reviewed a while ago, a lot of weapon accessories, a very cool model kit, and I'm a fan of the Exia base design. However, I have to be honest, when you load that model kit up with everything, it looks silly. It looks a little ridiculous. However, the Geara Zulu, with all of its accessories loaded up, it doesn't look silly. It looks well armed for battle. It doesn't look weighed down. It looks like it could use any of these items at a given moment, and it looks functional. It looks like it's ready for combat, ready for war. And I do like that balance of having several accessories, but not so much that it looks foolish, and not so much that you have all these extra parts lying around. I like the way that the Geara Zulu is able to utilize all of its accessories, have them all stored at the same time on the model, but still look, sort of convincing as a vehicle of war. Another pro I have for it is just, I really like the design of the Geara Zulu. Like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of the Zaku family of mobile suit designs. And very similar to the EMS-10 Zuda design, the Geara Zulu is a sort of enemy design done right. It looks dangerous. It looks competent. It's not a big, brutish, oafish looking design, which I must add and note here that I do like those type of designs, but at the same time I can understand how a lot of people can't take something like the Zaku too seriously. The Zaku it looks kind of like a teddy bear in some ways. It's kind of round and kind of stocky and pudgy, whereas the Geara Zulu and like the EMS-10 Zuda, they both have those elements of an enemy design, but they look sleeker, they look more deadly, they look competent, they look like they could pose a serious threat on the battlefield. And that's why I like the Geara Zulu design. It not only takes design, inspiration from the Zaku family, but there's an element of practicality, I guess, in the design. Now, another thing I like about the design is the way that it really seems inspired by the German military, real-world items from World War, I guess the latter part of World War I, and especially World War II, with the seemingly STG-44 inspired assault rifle here, the German military helmet inspired design, the gas mask there. Even the hand grenades look like the Model 24, potato masher grenades, and it looks like a sort of it looks like a war vehicle, I guess is the best way I can put it. It's just, I really like the design, how it combines, fantastic elements with more grounded elements for something that's just a really nice, pleasing, mecha design, to be honest. It looks, it's not so much as something like the D50C Loto, but the Geara Zulu does look more in line with a real robot type design than some other, previous Gundam designs we've had in the past decade or so. Another thing I like about this model kit is just that it has good articulation. I mean, it's not the 00 Gundam, but there's no need to put the Geara Zulu in a contorted, mecha ball, basically. There's no need to do that, and it can strike most poses that, would be fine for most people. And once you put this onto an action base, it has no problems with doing aerial poses. So it has a good range of articulation, and personally I think it has a great range of articulation. I don't need to have legs and arms have flush bends. While it's great for certain poses, for the most part I like putting my model kits in battle poses, and I don't need my model kits to be sort of contorted or doing these extreme gymnastic poses for what I want them to be displayed as. So I do think the Geara Zulu has a really good range of articulation if you keep in mind the sort of design of the Geara Zulu. So yeah, overall that's my review. So I'd have to say I do recommend this model kit, but again, keep in mind that you do have to detail this model quite a bit in order to get it accurate, and it does have a relatively high price point. It's nearly $20 American at most places, if not a little more if you consider shipping, or a local store might mark it up to cover import fees. So it's not going to be a cheap model kit in the high grade range by any means, but I do think that for what you get in terms of design, accessories, functionality, everything put together makes it well worth the money in my opinion. So that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something out of it. Like I said earlier, please check out Strike03X's videos for some really great custom work and another perspective in his review of the model. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video.